Welcome to the Sandro channel. Make sure that you subscribe.
Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I'm actually going to be going over an older news story that I missed from earlier this year. This article came out on March 15th, 2022, so this was like half a year ago basically, and I completely missed this. So I do want to give a shout out to the person who suggested this topic idea. His name is Ben Smith. Thank you so much, Ben Smith, for the idea. And let's get into it here. So Netflix is going to be releasing 5, not 1, not 2, 5 separate Dr. Seuss shows and specials. So that's really cool because as a kid, like I read through a bunch of these books. I don't remember a lot of them. And obviously there were certain certain Dr. Seuss books like I feel like every kid read, but then there was like a bunch of them that like nobody ever read, right? Like I feel like everybody's read like Green Eggs and Ham, or maybe the Lorax, or the Grinch, or Horton Hears a Who, or the Sneetches, right? The Sneetches is actually a very famous one too. But like I've never even I've never seen or heard of like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, or the Sneetches I did hear of. Wacky Wednesday, that's another one. I never read that one. Like, did you guys read that one? I have no idea. Horton Hears a Who. I know this one because I read it as a kid, but then I saw the movie. Just was like, as soon as they dropped the movie, I'm like, okay, now it's like in your memory, right? So Horton Hears a Who is probably the most famous of all these ones just because it had a movie. But secretly, I think the most famous one outside of Horton is probably the Sneetches, right? Most people know the Sneetches story. And then we have this other one here that I just had never heard of also. It's called Thidwick The Big-Hearted Moose. And they're all headed to Netflix. And they give us a cool breakdown of like, not all of these series are going to be 2D animated, right? So there is a show. It's very popular. You guys have given me really big feedback. You've tried to convince me to watch it multiple times. The Green Eggs and Ham TV show on Netflix. You guys have said it's really, really good. It got delayed. I did like a video on that during the pandemic. But like, I don't know if I'm past my prime to watch these. Like if they were movies from Illumination, I'd probably watch them. I don't know if I'm going to be watching all of them. I really want, the one that has me the most interested is Wacky Wednesday. That sounds like the kind of shit I would watch. But yeah, and also I already know the Sneetches story. I already know Horton Hears a Who. I feel like I don't necessarily need to watch an entire show about it. But yeah, the one I'm most interested in is Wacky Wednesday. So let's get into it and talk about it here. Netflix is further expanding into the world of Dr. Seuss, as it announced 5 new TV shows and specials set in the world. It comes as season 2 of Green Eggs and Ham is headed to Netflix in April 2022. The project, so this was a while ago, right? That already came out. The projects will be produced in-house at Netflix compared to Green Eggs and Ham, which was produced in collaboration with Warner Bros. Animation. Oh, I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay, so Warner actually made that. Wow, I actually didn't know. Dustin Ferrer, who began working at Netflix back in February 2021, will serve as showrunner, creator, and executive producer of all of them, of all upcoming projects. Additionally, showrunners are to be announced. Okay. And it's been a couple months now. I don't know if they've been announced yet or whatever, but I don't really care too much who's helming them. The move to expand further into the Dr. Seuss universe comes just months after Netflix made its big acquisition of the Ronald Dahl Library for future adaptations. Yeah, that was like the Big Friendly Giant and shit, or the guy who made like the Big Friendly let me just look that up again. I think I did like a video about this, but I never uploaded it. Yeah, this is the guy, right? Big Friendly Giant. Yeah. This is the guy who did the Big Friend. This guy wrote a bunch of books, like a bunch of children's books, and Netflix got the rights to the. Did I do that video? Maybe I swear I never uploaded it. Sorry. Maybe I should have uploaded that, but oopsies. Yes. So he's a novelist. Yeah, he's probably best known for the Big Friendly Giant, I'm assuming. And that movie actually flopped at the box office, right? BFG flopped at the box office. I swear I remember. Yeah. The BFG ended as a loss of at least 70 million, leaving this as the biggest box office disaster of Spielberg's career. Holy shit. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so The Big Friendly Giant was a bust and a half. That was back in, wow, was that really 2016? Oh my God, where do the years go? It feels like just yesterday they released that thing. Jesus. Okay. So yeah, it turns out it's already been a good couple of years since that released, but it feels like just yesterday to me. Let's get back on track here, though. So yeah, Netflix owns they have the rights to a couple of Dr. Seuss properties here, but they also purchased. They did a big acquisition of the Ronald Dahl library for future adaptations, which was probably, I'm surprised they didn't announce like all of the shows that they're going to be making off of Ronald Dahl's stuff, or maybe they did. I don't even know. Maybe I got to do a video on that, huh? Yeah. Let me know if there's any interest. Maybe I'll look it up and see what Netflix has been cooking up with Ronald's library here. Let me know in the comments if you're interested and want a video on that. Let's break down the newly announced Dr. Seuss shows and specials. Okay, here we go. I love the breakdown. What website is this? Let me give what's on Netflix.news or sorry, .com. What's on Netflix.com. Great website here. They actually give us the whole breakdown. Let's go. So Horton Hears a Who. Everybody already knows this one because of the movie. So it's going to be a series that's going to have 11-minute episodes. They don't tell us how many episodes, though. And the animation is going to be 3D. So some of these are going to be 2D. Some of these are going to be 3D. I think 2D animation looks way better than 3D animation. So I'm not too happy about this going 3D. Especially like you look at this and you're like, come on, man, make it 2. We already saw Horton Hears a Who, which was 3D. What, can't we see Horton Hears a Who 2D? Come on. He looks so good here, right? Come on now. Yeah, I guess Horton Hears a Who is just cursed to be a 3D animated show, movie or show forever. There's been numerous iterations on screen of the classic tale, most notably the 2008 movie from the defunct studio Blue Sky Studios, which Disney bought them and axed. The movie notably include. Oh wait, wasn't there a Horton Hears the Who cartoon back in the 50s? Horton Hears a Who. I swear there was, right? Horton Hears a Who old cartoon. Maybe the 1970s. Did they do it? Maybe they did. Okay, never mind. Horton Hears a Who. Okay, they did it way back in the day. What is this? 1970? 1970. Christ. Okay. Yeah. So they actually did Horton Hears a Who back in the day as animation. But think of what it could look like with today's animation. That looks very rough around the edges. Good Lord. Yeah. He just looks stoned as fuck. Oh my God. All right, let's get back on track here. So there we go. Horton Hears a Who did have a 2D animated iteration, so he wasn't cursed to be 3D forever. But so there's been numerous things here. The movie notably included the voice cast of Jim Carrey, who is now retired, Steve Carell, who has moved on to doing a million Despicable Me movies, Carol Burnett, and Amy Poehler. I don't know those two. This will, however, be the first time we see the story serialized. Okay, so when it says serialized, that means the episodes are going to continue one into the next one. The series follows a young Horton as he explores the jungle of Newell, with his two best friends, going on daring adventures, helping their community and learning how to stand up for what's fair. So yeah, run-of-the-mill story. If you've already seen the Horton Hears a Who 2008 movie, you probably know what's in store for that one. This is a franchise I'm not familiar with, so let's see what we got. Now, this one is 2D, but it looks like it's going to be like really short here. It's going to be 7-minute episodes, and there's going to be a 2-minute music video. That doesn't sound very good. Yeah. And this one came out in May 14th, 1960. Oh, I forgot to. Yeah, Horton Hears a Who came out in 1954. Wow. Dr. Seuss book is set to get a solo outing on Netflix, with the titular fish having already featured briefly in Green Eggs and Ham season 1 and 3. So I haven't seen those seasons, and I haven't seen this fish. But maybe they'll do a cameo crossover here. I don't know. Probably not. Actually, Netflix owns Netflix does Green Eggs and Ham too. So yeah, they could do a crossover if they really wanted to promote this, but it seems it's going to be very short. It's going to be it's a series. It's not a show. Or no, sorry, it is a series. Hold on. Wait, it is a series. Never mind. It is a show. It's a show. Okay. But they're only going to be 7 minutes, and then they're going to be 2-minute long music videos. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about this one, folks. It seems like it's going to be a lot shorter on the content end here. But it is going to be 2D animated, so that's good. The Dr. Seuss book is set to get a solo outing on Netflix, with the titular fish having already briefly appeared in Green Eggs and Ham season 1 and episode 3. The series, so yeah, I don't know if they're going to bring that exact fish back, or if maybe they'll change them up or whatever. The series follows the adventures of the two lovable fish who are different in every way. Red and Blue consistently find themselves in a comedic situations that allow them to introduce oppositional vocabulary to our preschool viewers. Okay, so it seems like it's going to be like one of those types of, I remember reading those Spy versus Spy, where it's like there's the white spy and the black spy, and they're always like blowing each other. It's basically Tom and Jerry, but they're fish. And they're just like spouting words at I guess they're just using vocabulary at each other. That's kind of weird. Okay, it's Tom and Jerry, but they use words instead of hammers. And they're fish. So very wild on that one. The Sneetches. Yes, this is a book that many schools use to teach about like racism, where it's like, there's like some Sneetches that have a star-shaped belly, and then the other ones have a different one. And then it's like, at the end of the day, they're all just Sneetches. It doesn't matter what shape of belly you have. So a great little book there to teach kids about racism and what have you. So this is only going to be a 45-minute special. So it's not going to be a series like the other two. And this is going to be 3D. Okay, and this first came out in 1953. Adapting the Sneetches and other stories, this will be the second major on-screen adaptation following the 1973 animated TV musical special Dr. Seuss on the Loose, The Sneetches. Here's the log line for the upcoming special. As long as there have been Sneetches on beaches, the star bellies and the moon bellies have lived separate lives. But when two young Sneetches form an unlikely friendship, they teach their communities that differences don't need to be avoided, they can be celebrated. So yeah, that book always had a great message, I felt like. So I think that I wouldn't be surprised if that special ends up getting like a nomination or whatever the hell. Well, if they do the animation good, maybe. I hope they don't cheap out on the animation. Then we have Thidwick The Big-Hearted. This is the wild one, right? Except for this one. This is Wacky Wednesday. I want to talk about that one, but this is the one where it's like Thidwick The Big-Hearted Moose. Like, what the fuck? Dr. Seuss. This one came out in 1948. This Dr. Seuss has seen 2 adaptations in its history, including a Soviet-era animated film. Like, what the hell? But this will be the first widely available adaptation. Okay, so like this is one that I've just never heard about at all, like some of these books, I've seen them maybe. I've seen the covers in the libraries, but this one has just eluded me, Here's the logline for the new Netflix animated special. When a grumpy moose leader decides that he wants to be the happiest moose in the pack, he calls upon sweet Thidwick to help him. As this unlikely duo embarks on a comical adventure, Thidwick discovers that the key to happiness is being kind to others. Okay, so most of these books are aimed at children. They all have like a heartwarming message usually, and that one could be cool just because it hasn't been seen for so long. And this is also going to be a 45-minute special, which is 3D. So just like the Sneetches. And then we have this one, which is another series. See, I like this one. And this one's going to be mixed media. So it could be 2D, it could be 3D. We don't know. I'm hoping it's 2D with maybe some mixtures of 3D every now and again. But it's called Wacky Wednesday. So here we go. This one came out in 1974, and these are going to be 11-minute episodes. So this one is illustrated by George Booth. Wacky Wednesday was written by Dr. Seuss under his pseudonym of Theo Lesigue. This will be the first major on-screen of the book. Here's the logline. Okay, so here we go. This is the first time it's getting like adapted. So in an otherwise perfectly normal town, whenever Wednesday rolls around, things suddenly get wacky. I love the premise here. I love the premise. It would be really cool if we like see Tuesday where it's like they're living their lives, then everybody's like, all right, see you tomorrow, maybe, you know. I can't wait for this one. This is the only one that I have any manner of interest in. I just want to see how wacky things get. Luckily, this town has a 10-year-old wacky expert who knows that humor inspires creativity and never fails to solve every wacky problem with an equally wacky solution. We'll keep you posted on the upcoming projects. Okay. So this one is the only one like I'm interested in. I want to see how crazy this shit can get. They'll probably do like live action and, you know, the Fairly Odder, where we kind of have like the cartoons living with or like Who Framed Roger Rabbit or the new Rescue Rangers movie, right? We'll get something like that where it's live action, but there's like cartoons and puppets and you know, just a little bit of everything in there, just like what that new like I said, the oh my god, I just lost the name of it, Chip and Dale. What did I say? Yeah, Chip and Dale. Yeah, the new Chip and Dale movie. Okay, that had a little bit of everything. Cartoons, puppets, you know. That's what I want to see out of Wacky Wednesday. I want to see them go bananas with it. So that's going to be it from me. I want to hear what you guys have to say about Wacky Wednesday here. Do any of these other ones interest you? Because like I feel like I've seen some of them and I don't really care. Like I do not give a shit about Horton Hears a Who again. You know, I've seen the movie. It's kind of like the Lorax. I saw the Lorax movie from Illumination. I don't want to see another Lorax show. I already know how it ends. You know. So yeah, I do want to hear all your thoughts on Dr. Seuss. You know, are you guys kind of sad that I didn't cover some newer stuff? Are you sad that I covered a bit of an older article that I missed? I want to hear all your feedback down below, and let me know out of these 5, which one is the most. Maybe I'll do a community poll. If somebody reminds me, I'll do a community poll, and I'll ask you guys which one of these 5 do you want to see the most adapted. Or like which one are you the most excited for? Because they're getting adapted regardless. So that's going to be the end of the video here. Let me know all your feedback and comments down below. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Peace out. Bye-bye.